Hi, my name's Hannah Mauter. I was selected to be part of the AQHA's Ranching Heritage Young Horse Development Program. The filly that I received is RWS ColorMeIntrigued. I call her Siren. As part of this program, I was required to perform certain exercises that demonstrated my horsemanship abilities. The video you are about to watch consists of multiple tasks that I am required to perform for this program, including haltering, brushing, saddling, leading, and bridling. Here I will be haltering Siren. When I enter the stall to halter her, I like to make sure that the door is closed behind me so that there's no chance of her escaping. I stand to the side of her as I put the halter on. I don't want to stand directly in front of her for safety reasons. When I buckle the halter, I like to make sure that the buckle or the snap is facing away from her body. This helps to make sure that it is not rubbing up against her, and it helps to prevent cuts. Next, I make sure the door is wide open so she doesn't get stuck on it. As part of the program, I need to demonstrate how well I can lead her at the walk, trot, and how well she can stand. Prior to leading her, I've made sure of a couple things. I've made sure that her halter is properly fitting, that it is in good shape, and that I have no lead rope wrapped around my hands. I have the excess lead rope in my left hand just folded over a few times, and then in my right hand I'm holding about 8 inches below the buckle. When I'm ready to lead, I position myself on her left side. I make sure that I am just in front of her shoulder.
Next I'll be explaining the process of how to brush a horse, what each of the devices used to groom the horse are, and how to use them. The first thing I use is the curry comb. This is to be used in a circular motion. It helps massage the muscles and it loosens up all the dirt that's deep inside their coat. This can be used all over their body except for their legs and their face. Next I use the hard bristle brush. This gets rid of all the large dirt particles that we just worked up with the curry comb. I always make sure that it's going with the direction of her fur, and this can be used anywhere on their body except for their face. The next brush I use is the soft bristle brush. Same thing, I go in the direction of her fur, and this is used to get the finer particles of the dirt off of her, and this helps bring her coat to a good shine. And this can be used anywhere on her body, including her face. The next thing I have is the face cloth, and this is used just to gently rub all the dirt off from around her eyes and her nose. This is the mane and tail comb, and this is used just to brush the tangles out of their mane and tail. And then when I brush the tail, I want to stand off to the side so I'm not standing directly behind her where it's the kicking zone. Finally is the hoof pick, and this is used to pick their hoofs.
This is the frog, the triangular portion on the bottom of the horse's hoof. This is used as a shock absorber for the horse. You want to make sure that when you're picking the horse's hooves, you avoid this area. You want to use the hoof pick to dislodge all the dirt and stones that are around it, though. The first thing you need when you're going to saddle up is the saddle pad. You want to make sure that you have a nice thick saddle pad that can help distribute the weight properly, and it can help to keep the saddle off the back to prevent sores and rubbing on the skin.
Next I'm going to show you how to put the saddle on. First you get the saddle pad, and you lay it up on her back. Next you're going to put the saddle on. I like to make sure that my girth and everything is fastened up to the saddle so that it doesn't fly over and hit her, and it's all put together properly. When you put it on, I like to put it on nice and softly on her back. I don't want to slam it down and hurt her. And when I go to let the girth down, I like to make sure I set it down nice and softly. I don't want to slam or drop it down because it might hit her legs and injure her. Then when I go to put the girth on, I just slip the stirrup up so it's out of my way. And this is the billet strap. And gently bring the girth under. Boom.
Once the billet strap or latigo has been run through the girth and back up to the D-ring on the saddle a few times, I like to take the end of the billet strap, run it up through the left side of the D-ring, around to the right side of the D-ring, and then through the middle and pull it tight. This is known as the T-knot or the tie knot because it looks like a T or a tie.
Next I'm going to show you how to put the bridle on. First thing I like to do is make sure I put the reins over her head. That way I have something to hold on to. And then I'm going to get rid of her halter. Just like putting on the halter, I like to stand just to the side of her. I like to hold the headstall in my right hand. And then I can use my left hand to slide the bit into her mouth.
Here I pull the bridle up over her head. I then put one ear at a time through the crown piece. Once I'm done bridling, I can remove the reins from over top of her head. But before I'm ready to go out, I like to make sure that the cheek pieces on her headstall are even and the bit is sitting appropriately in her mouth. I would next like to demonstrate how to tie a safe knot to tie your horse.
Alright, so first I want to take the tail of the lead rope and flip it up. Now I want to make sure that this is short enough that it's not dragging on the ground where she could get her feet over it or get stuck in any way. Then I want to take the end portion of it again and flip it up to make a loop, then bring it back around everything to create a new loop, and then I take the tail of it and I can just keep it right here, right through for safekeeping. If anything were to happen, I would be able to just grab this rope and pull on it. It would release everything so that the horse could easily escape and wouldn't be tethered to the wall.
Siren and I would like to say a big thank you to the American Quarter Horse Association for giving us this opportunity. Without this opportunity, we would have never met each other, and we would have never gained all the knowledge and experiences that we have over the past year.